What happens when the owner of a beloved family restaurant goes undercover to see if their team is truly committed? What they discover will leave you speechless, as loyalty is tested, secrets are revealed, and a shocking twist forces everyone to face the consequences of their actions. The small restaurant, Sam's Bistro, had become a beloved local fixture in the heart of the town. Tucked between a flower shop and an old bookstore, it had a cozy charm, with warm wooden tables and the scent of freshly baked bread always wafting through the air. The walls were decorated with old photographs, a tribute to the journey Sam had taken to build the place. What started as a modest cafe in a humble corner of the city had grown into a thriving, family-owned restaurant. Sam had poured their heart and soul into Sam's Bistro, watching it evolve over the years into a go-to spot for both locals and tourists. They had earned a loyal customer base, and every meal served was a reflection of the care and passion Sam had invested. The team that Sam had carefully chosen played a significant role in the restaurant's success. There was Anna, the cheerful waitress who had been with the bistro since it first opened. She knew regular customers by name, always offering a warm smile and kind words that made people feel like family. Then there was Dave, the cashier, who was always quick to ring up orders with a friendly banter. He had a calm demeanor and a knack for remembering every special request, but there were moments when his attention seemed distracted, especially during rush hours. Lastly, there was the manager, Mike, who had been promoted after working his way up from server. He had a strong personality, a no-nonsense attitude, and a good head for numbers, but lately, Sam had noticed he wasn't as engaged as he used to be. Lately, Sam had been sensing something off. The once vibrant energy of the restaurant had faded. Anna's usual enthusiasm seemed to be replaced with a distracted air. She often forgot orders or was late to greet new tables. Dave had started rushing through transactions, not taking the time to chat or engage with customers as he used to. And Mike, though still efficient, seemed more interested in his phone than in managing the floor, leaving employees to figure things out on their own. Sam had always trusted their team, but now doubts started creeping in. The little mistakes began to pile up, and the restaurant's warm, welcoming atmosphere felt less genuine. Was the team truly as dedicated as they had been in the beginning? Sam couldn't shake the feeling that something was changing, and it troubled them deeply. The business was their life, and if their employees weren't committed, it could all come crashing down. Something had to be done. Sam sat in their office late one evening, staring out the window at the empty restaurant. The soft hum of the refrigerators was the only sound that broke the silence. The doubts that had been brewing for weeks now felt like a heavy weight on their chest. What if the team wasn't as dedicated as they'd once seemed? What if things had changed so much that the bistro was no longer a reflection of their hard work? After much contemplation, Sam decided to take matters into their own hands. They couldn't keep wondering if the employees were genuinely invested. They needed to know for sure. And so, a plan began to form. Sam would go undercover, pretend to be a regular customer, and observe how the staff interacted with them. They would get a glimpse of what was truly happening behind the scenes. The decision was bold, but Sam had no other choice. They knew that this would be risky, not only for the employees but for themselves. If the team had grown complacent, the test could reveal cracks that they weren't ready to face. But Sam had always trusted their gut, and it told them that something needed to change before it was too late. The next morning, Sam began preparing. They knew that in order to blend in, they needed to disguise themselves. They pulled out an old, casual hoodie and jeans, a look that was completely different from the usual professional attire they wore as the owner. Sam even tucked their hair under a baseball cap, hoping to obscure any telltale signs. They studied themselves in the mirror, wondering how their employees would react to such a simple transformation. Would they even recognize their boss in this new form? As the hours passed, Sam's anticipation grew. The idea of being a stranger in their own business was strange and unsettling. A mix of excitement and anxiety bubbled inside them. What if they saw something that was too hard to ignore? What if the problems they feared were even worse than they had imagined? Sam couldn't shake the nervous knot in their stomach, but they knew this step was necessary. It was time to find out the truth. The bistro's future depended on it. It was just after the lunch rush when Sam, disguised in their casual attire, walked through the door of Sam's bistro. The familiar sound of the door chime rang out, and the warm aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air. Sam took a deep breath, trying to calm the nervous flutter in their chest. This was it. The moment when they would finally see how the team truly operated without their knowledge. Anna, the waitress, was the first to greet Sam as they took a seat by the window. She flashed a quick smile, but it lacked the usual warmth. "Hi, what can I get you?" she asked, though her tone was flat, not matching the friendly enthusiasm Sam had grown accustomed to hearing. "Just a coffee for now," Sam replied, trying to mask their own discomfort. Anna nodded distractedly and wandered off toward the counter without taking down any further details or offering any specials. Sam noticed she was still glancing at her phone, a sign that her focus was elsewhere. Next, Sam was greeted by Dave, the cashier, when it came time to pay. He greeted Sam with a half-hearted, "Hey, how's it going?" But his attention seemed fixed on the computer screen, not bothering to engage much in the transaction. He punched in the order without asking if Sam wanted anything else. His mind clearly elsewhere. The interaction was mechanical, lacking the friendly energy that once defined the service at Sam's bistro. As Sam sat back and observed the rest of the floor, they couldn't help but notice the increasing signs of disengagement. The tables weren't being cleared as quickly, and a few guests had to wave their hands to get a server's attention. It was as if the bistro's standard of care had faded into the background. But the tipping point came when Sam overheard Mike, the manager, in the corner of the restaurant. A customer had approached him, visibly upset about a mistake with their order. Mike, who had once prided himself on handling situations calmly and professionally, barely looked up from his phone. He mumbled a quick apology but didn't make any real effort to resolve the issue. Instead, he made a dismissive comment under his breath, "It's not a big deal. They'll get over it," and returned to scrolling. Sam's stomach sank. This wasn't the place they had worked so hard to build. The once proud bistro had become a shadow of its former self. The employees were still showing up, but their hearts didn't seem to be in it anymore. Sam had hoped to see something different, perhaps a spark of enthusiasm, or even a hint of remorse. But what they witnessed confirmed their worst fears. The team had grown complacent, and the care that had made the bistro special was slipping away. It was clear now, something needed to change, and Sam, still sitting unnoticed in their corner, knew it was time to confront the truth. Sam had watched enough. The disappointment in their chest had grown heavier with each passing minute. They knew it was time to reveal themselves. There was no more hiding behind the mask. Standing up from their table, Sam took one final glance around the restaurant, noting the lack of energy, the distracted employees, and the uncomfortable atmosphere that had taken root. They felt a lump form in their throat, but they swallowed it down. This was the moment of truth. Calmly, Sam walked to the back office, the familiar floor beneath their feet now feeling strangely distant. As they entered the small, cluttered space, Sam took off the baseball cap and hoodie, revealing their true identity. For a second, they just stood there, looking at their reflection in the glass window. It was time to face the team. With a deep breath, Sam exited the office and made their way back into the dining area, where the employees were still moving about, unaware of what was about to happen. The door swung open, and Sam stepped into view. The room seemed to pause. Anna, Dave, and Mike froze, their eyes locking onto Sam with wide, stunned expressions. The realization hit them like a wave. The person they had been treating like an ordinary customer was in fact the very owner of the bistro. Their faces drained of color, and the tension in the air was palpable. For a moment, no one spoke. The usual chatter, the hum of the restaurant, was replaced with a heavy silence. Guilt flooded the room. Anna's eyes darted nervously to the floor. Dave's face turned a shade of red, and Mike shifted uncomfortably, his phone still clutched in his hand. It was clear. They had been caught. But Sam didn't react the way they expected. They didn't raise their voice or throw accusations. Instead, they looked at each of the employees calmly, their disappointment more evident than any anger could have been. "I've been watching," Sam said, their voice steady. I've been here for a while now, sitting as a customer, and I've seen how things have changed. This restaurant, this business, is my life, and I built it from the ground up. What I saw today, what I've been seeing for some time now, has been disappointing. The employees looked down, unable to meet Sam's gaze. You've all been given a job here because I believed in you, Sam continued. But lately, your commitment doesn't reflect the work we've done together. So here's the truth. I've been testing you, and I've been let down. Sam paused, letting the weight of the words sink in. But instead of firing you, I'm giving you a choice. You can either step up, take your role seriously again, and put the passion back into this business, or we part ways. The decision is in your hands. What will it be? The employees stood frozen, facing the harsh reality of their actions. Sam's calmness contrasted with the tension hanging in the air, and for the first time in a long while, they felt a glimmer of hope. Perhaps this wake-up call could be the change the bistro desperately needed. Sam watched as the weight of their words settled in the room. The employees, though still stunned, could see the sincerity and determination in Sam's eyes. There was no anger, no harsh punishment, just a calm resolve to make things right. Sam wasn't there to tear down the team, but to give them one final chance to redeem themselves. I'm not here to fire you all, Sam said, their voice steady but firm. But things have to change. We've worked too hard to let this place slip away. I believe in second chances, but you have to prove you care about the business as much as I do. Sam turned to Mike, the manager, who had been silent throughout the conversation. Mike, this is your final warning. As the manager, you set the tone for the entire team. I've seen you distracted, I've seen you make excuses, and it's time for that to stop. I expect you to lead with integrity, like you once did. If I don't see change in you, this job will no longer be yours. Mike nodded, his usual confident demeanor now replaced with a sense of remorse. He muttered a quiet apology, and Sam could see the realization hitting him. He understood the gravity of the situation. Turning to Anna and Dave, Sam continued, And you too. This bistro thrives because of the relationships we build with our customers. You've both been here long enough to know how important that is. Your kindness and attention are what keep people coming back. I need to see that passion again. No more cutting corners. The team was quiet for a moment, and then, to Sam's surprise, Anna spoke up. We're sorry, Sam, she said, her voice trembling. We've let you down, but we're going to fix it. We promise. Dave quickly chimed in, his usual laid-back attitude replaced by genuine determination. Yeah, we'll do better. We want this place to succeed. Sam felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, they had a chance to turn things around. Over the next few weeks, the atmosphere at Sam's Bistro began to shift. The staff became more engaged. Anna greeted every customer with warmth and remembered their names. Dave was more attentive, and Mike took a hands-on approach to managing the floor. The restaurant's standards improved, the service became more efficient, and customers noticed the change. The bistro began to thrive again. Word spread quickly that the place was back to its former glory, and the regulars returned with smiles, eager to experience the welcoming atmosphere they remembered. As Sam watched the transformation unfold, they reflected on the lessons learned. They had trusted their team, but more than that, they realized the importance of leading by example. Sam knew that being an owner wasn't just about overseeing operations, it was about understanding the challenges the employees faced and being present when things went wrong. Sam had been a silent observer for too long, but now they were more committed than ever to being the kind of leader who inspired change, growth, and dedication. In the end, Sam realized that the key to success wasn't just in managing the business, it was in fostering a team that truly cared. And with that, they knew Sam's Bistro would continue to thrive for years to come.